All right, guys. We did a giveaway last month. It was a headers giveaway, and now we got an opportunity. We got James here. A lot of you know this car. It hauls ass. Well, this is going to be a giveaway. This is how the rules work, though. We're going to do 350 spots. It's $150 per spot. We're going to do 500 on the first one, 1,000 on the second one, 1,000 on the third drawing. The final finale drawing would be the fourth drawing, and you win this 790 car, 490s in the 8th mile, full AC. And I'm gonna ask you to tell me a couple things about it because I don't know everything, but I know, well, yeah. You're the Jaguar queen, I guess. I mean,
queen,
king. Sorry.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But dude, he's got the title, so this ain't no bullshit. Get your 150 bucks and win yourself a race car.
This is for real. This is for real. So, a little background on this car. I've had it for 10 years. It's morphed in from like a 7.0 class car all the way to being like a 4-second, street car. But it has been built very specifically for what it does best, which is to be a really cool car that you can drive anywhere. You can. I don't own a trailer. Like, I legitimately don't own a trailer.
Well, you pull trailers with this.
I do, yeah, and it comes with the trailer hitch, so there is that. But I mean, like, I legitimately, when you see this car at the track, running a number, I'm doing it knowing that it's my way home too. So I built that with that in mind, and because of that, there were a few must-haves, one of which is air conditioning.
And it's ice cold?
It is ice cold. I will promise you that. You will not complain about the coldness of the AC.
That's the guy that leaves the AC on in the staging lane?
No, I promise I don't do that. I thought about putting a catch can on the AC at one point, but it does have AC. I wanted it to run on pump fuel, so it has two different fuel systems in it. One that you drive on, that's 93 octane, and then one that you race on, that's E85, so you always show up to the track with a full tank of E85. It's got full exhaust all the way out the back with a chambered muffler.
It is kind of quiet.
It is super quiet. Like, when you're driving in it, you can have a conversation. I mean, you have the windows up. There were a couple other things that are unique to this car that make it a little bit different. One of which was I wanted to run in a class that you can run stock suspension. So it is coilover. It does have coilover style shocks with a shock bar. It is mini tubbed, but it's got the small coils and spring perches out in the mini tubs, so that it can be considered stock suspension. I also made sure to not mount the turbo forward facing because for some reason they got weird rules about that in some classes.
What size turbo?
That's a Pro Mod Gen 2 98mm turbo. I do have a reducer that takes it from 98 to 88 depending on what class you're racing. You can neck it down. Yeah, the cheater neck. It also has 5-inch exhaust all the way to the firewall. So if you're racing a class that doesn't allow any fender exits, hood exits, whatnot, this is compliant to that. The other nice thing is that it's air to air. I think if you wanted to go much faster, that would be probably something you'd want to step up from. But we run methanol injection, and then we've kept it air to air, so there's no ice to bring to the track, nothing like that. This really was built to where you could take it, drive it to the racetrack, uncap the exhaust, flip a valve, which takes you over to E85, and go make some monster hits. Flip the valve back, cap the exhaust, fire up the AC, and drive it home. That was really
85 is the second fuel, so it's 93 and 85, or is it?
You can run it any way you want. You can run E85 in both if you want, or you can run 90. I normally, just because of the problems with oil life and fuel injection, stuff like that, I run it 99.9% of the time on E85. One of the really neat things about running the fuel systems the way I have it is, like on drag week, which is, this car has won its class 4 years in a row. It's completed the last 5. That's 5,000 miles of torture on the car. Yeah. But one of the nice things, and I've learned every year things that I wanted to change and make it nicer, like insulating the cabin, for example, putting AC in it, making the really quiet exhaust. The first year I had fender exit, it was horrible. But one of the cool parts is, like, you have to bring, it's safest to bring your own fuel to that event, to drag week, because you don't know where you're going to be able to get fuel, and you don't know the quality of the fuel you're going to get. Most guys, to do that though, you'd be talking about an enormous amount of fuel. I bring 4 fuel jugs, and it makes me the entire week. I never have to put fuel. I bring all my own fuel, and I don't use it all.
That's what you bring in the trailer, the gas jug.
Yeah, the gas jugs, second set of wheels with street tires on it, things like that. But it is really unique on how little amount of race gas. Yeah, so I use less than 20 gallons of fuel. Well, there's 10 gallons in the tank when I leave, and then I use less than 20 gallons of fuel, and that's 5 days of racing.
Really?
Because when I'm driving, I'm using 0 E85. It's like it's not that high tech really.
So you're
It's
getting
just
gas
very
at the gas
nice when you're on the
station.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all I'm doing is having to put gas in it.
93, just roll,
93,
and then once
yeah.
I get there, my 85.
You really you really need to hear the car. Just
No, we're gonna turn it on
yeah.
too. But first, I want to make sure y'all can become a champion for 150 bucks. You win this shit, you're a champion.
Yeah, I don't know if
Cannot
it
take
makes them a champion, but I do have 4 of these plaques and 4 of these bad boy jackets. They do not come with the car.
So he won't
But
give
hey,
you
I
his
will leave
champion
this,
status or jacket.
I will leave these on the car for you. You got 5 years of drag week numbers on the windshield there. That's 5 years that it's started and completed. I've never one time not completed the event. Which if you talk to anybody who does drag week, they will tell you the #1 goal is just to complete the event. It is
For sure,
very
Reaper
difficult.
was just trying to get to the events these last couple of years. I know.
Well, yeah, getting there is hard, but I mean, I'm just saying to make the 1,000 miles, whether you want to win or not, it is very difficult. It's a very
And
difficult
get
event.
the run.
And then also to be able to complete the event and do it at the top of your class. I mean, that's like
So
the.
can we start this bad boy
Yeah,
up real
let's start it
quick?
up.
Come here, guys, check this out. Oh man. There you see it starts like a regular car, not even in the car, just like a street car. No problem. Listen how quiet this is. This is inside a building with closed doors. That's why I couldn't believe this car even ran 7. But I've known the car for a long time, so I do believe it.
You can see the license plate there.
There we go.
You read the tag on it? No, read down under.
Oh, America.
No, read this one.
Daily driver left.
Run 7.
And then you got America on there.
Yeah, hashtag America. All that's still a hashtag.
Now check the increment out.
Yeah, it's got the you have the 2 Holly screens. You have the 7.5-inch touch on the back here, and then you got the 3.5-inch on the console. It's got the precision shifter. It's got a reed case power glide. It's an 8.8 fully welded, 35 spline axles. It's got the big studs in it. I've never had any issues with the 8.8. I know some guys would like to probably see a 9-inch in it, but I've literally never had a problem. It's and you know, whenever I started selling it, and you guys reached out to me wanting to get it to do this, you know, at first I was like, man, I don't know, I've got a ton of interest in it to just buy it outright. And then when you guys offered to do, you wanted to do this and buy it, and you guys get it from me, I was like, man, this is gonna be a cool opportunity for somebody. So that's what kind of compelled me to get, you know,
For sure.
to sell it to you guys.
It could be a local guy, it could be a customer, it might be somebody online, we don't know. But if it is a customer, we get to see it race. We
Yeah,
get to see
it'd
it
be
do it,
cool.
or if
It's
they
got a
take it
branded
to the
set
next
of
level.
radials on it. It's got the Holly EFI.
For sure. It'd be cool to keep it home.
There's just a bunch of stuff. I mean, to be honest with you, if I tried to list every single thing, modification.
Well, we have a list anyway.
I know, but it's like so not complete. Like there's so many things that like are brought on. It's got a line lock. It's got
Trans
you know,
brake.
yeah, trans brake, the whole thing.
We'll put a complete list for y'all.
I don't even know that I know everything done to it.
What's
You
the
know?
list you gave me?
Well, true, but I'm just saying I don't even know that like if. It's 10 years. You know what I mean? It's 10 years of me adding shit to this thing. I don't know that. I can't barely remember what I ate for breakfast. So it's to come up with a very concise list. I don't know that I can do that, but I'm excited. I'm excited for somebody else. I'm mostly excited because I'm not selling this car for any other reason than like I just haven't had the time to like really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And this car is kind of like a friend of mine. But it's a friend that I just kind of like have been neglecting, I would say, by not taking it to the track. I took it out in August and raced it just to make sure everything was still good, and it was. 5.0s right off the deal. It was a 5.0 index race. But then I kind of had like I had a moment where I was like, you know what, I'm not enjoying it like I did, and so I think it's about time to maybe move on and.
Well, dude, that's the perfect opportunity.
Absolutely.
You get to move on, or you do whatever you're gonna do. Somebody else gets to enjoy all of whatever you do.
Absolutely.
You
and
enjoyed
make
it for
their
10
own.
years.
The other cool thing that I'll mention, this will be the last thing, but like there's just like little things like you wouldn't have noticed, but like for example, the windshield is ceramic tinted to keep heat out of the cabin. Like for drag week, heat's like obviously the enemy. That's why the AC and stuff. Oh, dude, like I mean, riding in any car with no tint sucks, but like. You don't realize like little things like that with having the air conditioning, having the floor insulated, and then having the ceramic tint on the windshield. Like sounds really inconsequential, but when you're sitting in this car for 8 hours,
it's smooth.
It makes a hell of a difference. We got out and we're like, we had to pretend to be miserable because all the buddies that we were cruising with didn't have AC, don't have full exhaust, don't have any of that stuff. They're miserable, and the last thing you want to get out and be like is like, oh, you know, like,
Just a little cruise, man.
yeah. No, it really is. It's an easy car to drive. So
yeah, I seen how it goes 790. It was like that
Yeah.
video. Where it was,
no, I never have because obviously the risk is pretty high. But like you literally could put anybody in the car, hold the button, let go, and make it
just drive.
Yeah. So.
Well, there you guys hear it. Anybody can get in the car and just drive it. The car is smooth as hell. Now, don't wait. Don't be one of those clowns who is not a subscriber and you end up winning. Make sure you're a subscriber on our YouTube channel. You're going to see the video come up. It only takes you a second to hit it. If you hit it and you're that dumbass and you don't win the car, you already know the rules. You can always rewind and see. It's your own damn fault. Don't cry to me. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do what you got to do. Watch the video. Pay up your $150 and you got a chance to win yourself a badass car. See y'all next time.